Ta-da! Hello everybody, we're about to make a Jell-O pie. We're going to take some frozen blueberries. Frozen blueberries are the key, people. We took some hot water so that we can dissolve the gelatin. It's really important as well that you use the blueberry flavored gelatin. If you're going to use strawberries, you can use the strawberry gelatin. If you're going to use cherry, use the cherry gelatin, but just make sure that you use whatever gelatin of the fruit that you're using. Now see how quick and easy that came together? Now we can just toss this to the side. Actually, let's give it another little stir because we want to make sure that all that gelatin is completely dissolved. But the frozen blueberries is going to act as the cold water, and it's going to make the gelatin start to solidify or whatever it does, gelatinize up real quickly. All right, so we'll put this to the side, and now we are going to make the cream cheese mixture. We are going to start with 2 packs of cream cheese. Philadelphia cream cheese always is the best. I prefer. There's a lot of things that you can go generic on. Cream cheese happens to not be one of them. I'm gonna do a little bit of lemon juice. Now you at home, if you're using a real lemon, you're just gonna squeeze the juice of 1 lemon. Since I'm using this concentrated stuff, I'm just using a quick little dab of it. And we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Now you don't wanna put too much sugar in it. It's not an overly sweet dessert, but it is delicious. 1/4 cup. Now we're going to take this and we are going to beat it until smooth. Hold on, let me see. Can I work this? Maybe I should have tried doing it.
Turn it on.
Okay. This is a fancy smancy handheld blender.
Light.
It is.
Light too.
Now, when it comes to the cream cheese, you do really want it to be nice and smooth, really blended in there. No lumps. It's really important also that your cream cheese is at room temperature, or else it's really not going to be as smooth as you want it to be, and your finished product is going to have little clumps of cream cheese in it. So, you see this? That's looking nice, smooth, fluffy, almost like an icing, but not. Now this is a great no-bake cheesecake as well. You don't have to use the gelatin topping. You could just always use, let's get all of that off of there. You could just always use just the filling. Now to this delicious mixture, and not using the blender, you're going to want to fold in 2 of these, what are these called, containers of Cool Whip. Now you also could use the red Cool Whip. If you use the red one, that's like the extra creamy, extra fluffy one.
I didn't have that either.
Oh, don't worry about it. But that, you at home, if you can find that, use that. It will create the most delicious final product. Now, when it comes to the Cool Whip, we don't want it to lose its, whippedness, so you have to fold it in there. Your Cool Whip should be nice and thawed, but I wouldn't leave it like at room temperature, like the way you're gonna leave the cream cheese, because then it'll be all melty and too soft probably. So I got this recipe years ago when I was living in New York from a friend of mine named Misty. I used to live on a base in New York over there by West Point, if y'all know about it. And one of my friends, Misty, she was one of my neighbors. She told me she came to my house with one of these pies one time, and I was like, Misty, you need to give me this. Now we're going to add the second one. I was like, I need this recipe. And ever since she has given me this recipe, I won't tell you how many years ago because then that'll be giving my age away. But I have been eating it, loving it, devouring it, making it for all my friends and family. And I'm sure all your friends and family will love it just as much as mine do too. Now see how it's already starting to want to come together. Add the last little bit. And just fold it in. See how fluffy it is? Now, I'm telling you, the importance of whipping up your room temperature cream cheese is just right here. This is where you will be able to tell. It's in this process that if you have not let your cream cheese come to room temperature and you did not whip it up enough, this is what you'll find out. Because no matter how much you try, it will not come together. It'll just separate. Okay, so we have that. Now we're gonna put it in. Now y'all know I'm a mom on the go, so I be using the pre-made pie crust. We're gonna use 2 of them. One for your family, one for your neighbor. Be a good neighbor. Always, let's do it like this. Be a good neighbor and always share. It's always fun to share. Sharing is caring, right? That's what I always say. Now if your pie crust comes out, see how mine is cracked right here? Don't worry. This is all going to come together, and when your family eats it, they're not going to know that it was cracked a little bit. No one's going to know but you. This mixture is so good. You know, you could also add, if you were wanting to spice things up a little bit, you could also add a little bit of vanilla or a splash of amaretto, or if you don't want to do like alcohol, you could do almond extract, and that'll give it the same amaretto flavor, but it adds just a nice little to it. People gonna say, did you put your foot in that? And you can say, yes, I did. Anyone from the South is gonna know what that means. You put your foot in it. So see how we that? Now I like to make like a little crater on the inside so that we could put our blueberry mixture inside. Okay, like a little well. All right, we're gonna do this one too. Again, see how fluffy it is? Oh, it's like a fluffy cloud. It's a perfect no-bake dessert on a hot summer day. Put this in the freezer, and I'm telling you, it comes out good. Now let's do this again so we can get all the blueberries in there. And now it's bum-ba-da-bum, time for our blueberries again. Give it a good little mix. Now, see, because I let it sit for a second, the Jell-O started to harden on the bottom, so I'm going to have to scrape that because I want all of that gelatin to come up. You know, this blueberry gelatin smells so good. You would not believe how good it smells. If you are a blueberry lover, this is going to hit the spot for you. And then you're going to just kind of pour it all over. Really no rhyme or reason. The gelatin is going to sit. Ooh, starting to go everywhere. Maybe you at home might want to use a deeper pie crust, but we had to go with what we had over here. But all of this is going to like set up as Jell-O, and trust me, it is so good. Okay, so that's enough blueberries for that one. You see why I try to create the well? When you have a deeper pie crust, it'll be different, but you want to create that well so that it kind of captures everything in there. Let's see if I created a deep enough well on this one. Probably not, but still, who cares? It's gonna be delicious. Your family's not gonna care about how it looks or with the well or whatnot. They're gonna say, Mom, Dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever made this, this is delicious. Some of y'all from the Midwest might already be familiar with this dish. I really don't know what it's called. I always just call it my Jell-O pie, but everybody loves it. Maybe if you happen to know what it's called out there, you can leave it in the comments. That would be great. I could finally have, we got run over. Okay, so now I am going to have to pour a little bit out because we don't want it to make a mess all over the kitchen. You see, I'm already making a mess. Now see, once again, the importance of the well so that you don't have that problem. Okay, so as is, even though I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be delicious. It is, I promise, you're gonna love it. Your family's gonna love it. You're gonna put it in the refrigerator. Now you could put it in the refrigerator for overnight, or you could set it in the freezer. Like if you're in a hurry, set it in the freezer like we are for an hour, and it's gonna be coming out ready. We'll see you in an hour. All right, y'all, look how good it looks. Oh, it is going to be so delicious. It's been chilling. As you can see, the Jell-O has set up, and the cream, this cream is going to be like a fluffy cloud in your mouth. But let's stop talking and let's get to slicing. And don't forget, y'all, I used a pre-made pie crust, but you could use whatever kind of graham cracker crust. If you over there making graham crackers and making crust by yourself, do that. Do whatever you want. Okay. Ta-da. Look how it comes out all nice and beautiful. We're gonna put that right there. Here, I want to show you the inside of it. Look at that nice thickness, the layer of Jell-O, the blueberries. So good, so good. Are you ready for the taste test? We're gonna get a little bit of blueberries, a little bit of everything. See how I got a little bit of everything? Let's try it out. It comes out good every time. I've been making this pie for years. I ain't never messed it up, but it is good. And I promise you, when y'all have it too, you're gonna love it. Enjoy.